Hello my friends and welcome to part 105 of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Let's Play series. In today's video, I'll go over more of the solo mode. Oh, there's a bunch of praxes. Oh, so this is just a bunch of praxes. So this was what the Duel Strategy 2 is. So let's go through this. Let's see how long this will take. It shouldn't take too long though, since like it's just a bunch of praxes. This praxel is about the battle phase basically. So yeah. And I'm getting Mausoleum of the Emperor for completing it. And then the loner deck and the my deck and the opponent's deck don't really matter, since these are all just praxes. These are like whatever. But if you want to take a quick look at it, it's what it is. I'm playing a Synchron deck. And my opponent's playing... I guess I could read the loner. It's a deck based around junk monsters. So yeah, you have effects on the Synchron tuners that help you go into Synchro summons. And many of the Synchro monsters require junk Synchron. So, getting junk Synchron in your hand is pretty good. But Quick Draw Synchron can also be used in placement of it if you don't have it. And then again, like the actual strategy doesn't really matter too much, since like these are just the duels where they're telling you what to do. So the decks barely matter, but if you want to take a look, here they are. Here's the deck list. Maybe it gives you a little bit of an idea about like what kind of cards you could play if you're making these decks yourself. But you probably want to look into the ratios, because I don't think Konami always gets it right. Like, I don't think they're putting a lot of thought into these decks on purpose, because like these are just used for like praxels, so like barely any of the deck are going to be seen anyway. So I think they're not putting a lot of thought into these decks on purpose. But I guess at least the main deck, like maybe they're putting a little bit more thought into. So I don't know if this like looks like a decent enough Metaphys deck, I mean Morphtronic deck or not. Probably a few extra hand traps, because I think no matter what you're playing, you probably want to be playing hand traps. Although this might not be too bad for like a more casual Morphtronic deck, just to give you like an idea. And then maybe you could like put in a few extra hand traps, like if you want to like build it up a bit more. Yeah, but this deck is all about the Morphtronics, and they have different effects, but depending on whether they're in attack position or defense position. And even though their stats are usually pretty low, they have pretty good effects usually to make up for it. Like Scoping can special summon another guy, and then Cellphon can also kind of like do a special summon sort of thing. He can potentially, oh wait, no, he can only special summon one at most. But it does ignore the summoning conditions too. And it's from the deck too, so as long as you get a Morphtronic, as long as you get a Morphtronic monster, like this is potentially better than the Scopin, since this is from the deck and Scopin just from the hand. And then this also like can like special summon something too from the deck, but only when it's destroyed by battle. So yeah. And also the spells and traps like kind of like help facilitate the decks too, because some of them help give the Morphtronics extra effects on top of them, and some of them like allow you to like do stuff with them in order to like mess with the opponent's board, or like even negate attacks. So yeah, let's go into it. All of these are of course going to be difficulty 2. Which is kind of crazy, because the Praxels and the other solo mode gates are difficulty 1. Maybe these aren't just like telling you what to do. Are these actual duels? It says the different parts of the battle phase. The battle phase is further split into 4 parts called steps. The start step, battle step, damage step, and end step. The battle step is the part where preparations for battle happen. During this step, players may declare attacks with their monsters and select their targets for attack. Card effects that activate upon attack the declaration when a monster is targeted for an attack can also be used. Oh, you know what? I think these are actual duels. So my bad, I just showed off the opponent's deck. It was just a little bit. Okay, but in that case, since these are actual duels, it looks like I'll show off the decks in further details in when I can get to the ones in the Praxel. But the thing about this duel strategy too is like looks like they're all you're using loner decks for all of them. That's why the difficulty 2, because actual duels. During a duel, you and your opponent will alternate between each turn to make your moves. A single turn is split into 6 phases, and what you can do will depend on which phase it is. The phases are the draw phase, standby phase, main phase 1, battle phase, main phase 2, and end phase. We will now go more into depth about the battle phase, a part of duels that has great influence on both players' strategies. The battle phase is further split into 4 parts: the start step, battle step, damage step, and end step. The damage step will now be explained in further detail in another chapter. For now, we will focus on the battle step. This step is for declaring attacks with the monsters, for effects that activate when battle is declared, or when a target is selected for an attack, or to prepare for the beginning of a battle. Let's take a look at it in practice. Gather the synchron materials you will need to sync summon Junk Speeder. No summon Hypersynchron. Actually, you know what? No, I think it is just telling what to do. Which is weird, because why is it considered a difficulty 2 duel? I guess it's because it's now your opponent is actually setting up more of a board or something. I'm not sure. Or maybe it's because it's taking like a greater look at like phases, like actual phases within the game and not just the deck. So you have to think about not only the deck but also the phase. But that's kind of like the Praxels anyway. You always have to think about the different phases. I don't get why this is considered difficulty 2 and the Praxels and the other gates are considered difficulty 1. Anyway, it's saying if there's a tuner on the field, you get to special summon Boost Warrior from your hand. Oh well, I guess it doesn't matter too much. Synchro summon Junk Speed and activate its effect. I mean, I guess it's because I'm doing a little bit more, but sometimes I did a little bit more in the Praxis. Are they just more in-depth Praxis, and so they're considered to be a bit harder, even though it's still just taking you step by step? If anyone like has like an idea about why these are considered harder than the other Praxels and the other gates, like they can feel free to let me know. One option you can take here is to use a tuner you special summon to your field to conduct another sync summon. However, for now, let's go straight to the battle phase to activate the other effect of Junk Speeder. Which I don't think is used as often. Yeah, the effect, this other effect is barely used at all, because usually he's literally just used with the other tuners to go into other synchro plays. So you barely ever see this effect. Declare an attack against the opponent's monster with Junk Speed and activate its effect. I think basically it just doubles his attack. Your opponent stops your attack with their trap card. The battle step isn't just for declaring attacks with monsters. During the battle step, you can also activate all sorts of card effects to gain an advantage when attacking, or to fend off your opponent's attacks. Let's end the battle phase. Keep a close eye on the card effects that activate during the battle step is the battle way to victory. Oh, so that's why. It's because, like, you're not just winning straight away. That's why it's like a higher difficulty. And now I think it's letting me control stuff. It's not just telling me what to do. So there's there's a little bit of so like it was telling you what to do at first, but now it's letting you control how you want to play now at this point. So now I can destroy one card. I think I'll destroy the back row. And I can go into another sync summon now. And then I get to destroy another card. So it's kind of like combining like kind of like the regular duel aspects with like a Praxel aspect, while also making it so that the opponent's hand and your hand, or starring hand, will always be the same. I'm not sure if the draws are always going to be the same, but the starring hand should be. So now my... Wait, what? Oh, because it can attack twice. Oh, well. I reset anyway, so it doesn't matter. Oh, man. Destroying my synchro now. This is actually kind of cool, though. You can let me know what you think about this sort of thing. Like, if you think it's kind of cool that they're combining the aspects of a Praxel with the aspects of a regular duel. So it's probably getting 1 star in difficulty because it's showing you what to do at first, but then because it's like letting you take control after a little bit for the remainder of the duel, like that's what gives an extra star. This is really cool. Cause like because they never did something like this before. It was always either where you took control from beginning to end, or where they completely took control for you. So this kind of thing is really new. I better go for the... Okay, so it depends on what I can go for here. I don't think I can go for that. Maybe Junk Speeder. Actually, I think another Junk Speeder would actually be really good. Yeah, so let's go for Junk Speeder. Because going into another Junk Speeder is very good. Because then I can special summon even more tuners from my deck. Okay, so will we... Okay, now I can go for that guy again to destroy one of my opponent's monsters. I think I better go for the one with more attack. And then what does this do? I mean... Yeah, I'm gonna go for this one. I might as well. I'll just equip it to this guy. And now this will deal an extra 50, I think it is, or yeah, it's an extra 50 on top of that. So that's pretty cool. This is not a bad trap. Of course, since it's on the battle trap, you don't really see it played in the in like regular duels. And what does the one that like where like when your opponent's monster attack you destroy one? How does that other one work? That Sakuretsu armor, does that also negate the attack, or does that just destroy the monster? If it like also negates the attack, like then Sakuretsu armor is just better in every way. But if it doesn't also negate the attack, then this is actually okay, because then this gets around like destruction immune monsters, like because even if they're not destroyed, it still negates the attack. Whereas if Sakuretsu armor only destroys the monster and doesn't negate the attack. And also, I'm not sure if Sakuretsu armor has to target a monster that's in the attack position, because some monsters can attack while they're in the defense position. So I don't know. I don't know if that one's better or not. I might as well go for this one now. Yeah. So I can use both of these. It gets rid of the equip spell, but it does give me a higher attack monster. So that's fine. And now I can go ahead and activate Jet Synchron, but do I want to? Could also... I think I will. And then I can just send the spell. And then I can use as tribute summon material for this guy, Junk Giant. Okay, that's not bad. So now let's attack with these. Of course, since this is technically a 1-star difficulty, and even the letting you take the wheel department, these duels shouldn't be hard at all to win. Which is probably good, considering that this is like only supposed to teach more of beginners the basics anyway, since the card rewards are also pretty skippable for most players. Because you're not actually getting any like gems or anything. You're just getting a bunch of cards that like aren't really played. The Tremendous Fire is kind of cool. The Ghost in the Past is not bad either. Oh, you do get a few gems. I didn't notice. You do get a few gems from here. What is this one? Bubble Bow Wow. And I'm pretty sure the cards you do get are also like low rarity cards as well. So like cards you can easily craft anyway. But yeah, they definitely do that on purpose because they want to make it so that like people who want to skip it just can. Although you do get 200 gems. Oh, actually you get a Book of Moonmate. So I guess it's at least worth doing the main path, and then here to the end, and then here to the end. And I guess since you're doing all that, you might as well do the one that you technically can skip. I don't know. I think the mate kind of helps make it a little bit more worth it, at least. So you can at least do the main path if you don't mind skipping the gem rewards that are on a few of the alternate paths. Or, I guess, can you skip these two? Wait, no. Yeah, they're both on the alternate path. My bad. Okay. So this one is going over from the battle phase. It's moving on to the damage step. So that's the part where like pretty much when you attack, it like goes into the damage step. That's when that's when the damage that's like where the damage calculation lies. Yeah, and then like some cards can be activated during the damage step. Cards that say they specifically that they can be, or any card that like lowers attack and offense in any way, like can also be used during the damage step as well. And they can also be a bit more of a surprise since the opponent can't stop those cards as easily, since there's a lot of cards that can't be used during the damage step, like a lot of counter traps can't be used during the damage step, I believe. Like I don't think Solemn Judgment can be used during the damage step. So that kind of helps give cards like that lower attack and offense a kind of a boost. And that also makes Forbidden Droplets an even better card than it already was, because it's not only a good card, but it's also a card that can be used during the damage step. So yeah, as if that card wasn't good enough. Yeah, so now we're going to be looking at cards that can be activated during the damage step. And yeah, see, the giving you a card that can be used during the damage step here. Alright, and I guess this one, you can't actually use this one during the battle phase, which is kind of weird. Huh. That kind of goes off track a little bit. But this one you actually can use during the damage step, so this one goes on theme a little bit better. Or, no, I think this is directly after the damage calculation. So maybe this is like directly after the damage step. So they're kind of getting a little bit ahead of themselves with the reward here, if you think about it. Anyway, let's go into it. Oh, looks like I'm playing a Blackwing deck now. Cards that can be activated during the damage step. Once you finish preparing for battle in the battle step, you will then move to the damage step. Most cards cannot be activated during the damage step, but there are a few exceptions. Effects that can be activated during the damage step mostly involve changing attack and defense and negating card activations. Let's take a look at the damage step part of the battle phase. Once you've declared battle with a monster, picked its target for attack, and are ready for battle, you will move to the damage step. In basic terms, the damage step is the part where the outcome of the battle is determined. Damage calculation will occur, and monsters that are destroyed by battle will be sent to the graveyard. A few cards also have effects that can be activated during the damage step. These effects mostly change attack and defense, negate card activations, and or activate before or during damage calculation. Try it out for yourself. Know some Blackwing Sure the Blue Flame and proceed to the battle phase. Oh yeah, Sure has an ability that whenever it destroys something by battle, you can like special summon another Blackwing from your deck that has like smaller amount of attack. Attack your opponent's monster with Blackwing Sure the Blue Flame, then activate the effect of Blackwing Collude the Moonshadow during the damage step and see what it does. Oh wait, no, that's not actually during the battle phase. This is just when it destroys something by battle. That's a different thing. But the clue activates during the battle phase since it affects attack. Yeah, see, it's 1500 less attack. Oh, and that's another card that can activate during the damage step, because it's right at damage calculation. So it's right on the... Okay, but I still get the effect since I still destroyed something. It doesn't actually have to deal damage to it. Oh, so now it's saying I can special summon either one. I get to pick which one I summon. I think I'd rather summon this one though, because the other one I want to like have in my hand, and this one's a tuner while the other one's not. If you have other monsters you can declare attacks with, you may continue to attack your opponent. Keep a close eye on the card effects that activate during the damage step as you battle your way to victory. And besides that other one, this one had 100 more attack, right? But this one definitely plays a bigger role since it's a tuner. So now I can go into a so I basically gave up 100 extra damage so I could go into a sinker monster. I think I'm definitely gonna go with Blackwing Armor Master because this one's better to save whenever you actually have something special out of the graveyard. You never want to special summon your you almost never want to special summon your synchros to your extra monster zone. You want to save that for the links. Although when like you don't have any links in your deck for whatever reason, then it doesn't really matter. Reinforcement, adding a level 4 low warrior. It's good even if you only have a few targets in your deck. Like I'm playing it with my Scareclaw deck, and I literally only have 3 targets for this card. Because for some reason they made right card a warrior. Oh yeah, my opponent doesn't actually have a defense, which is why I can't use this. Okay, so I'm just gonna go into battle. Oh yeah, once per turn it cannot be destroyed by battle. But because it attacked a monster, I still get to place a wedge counter on it. So I might as well. And then with this, I can send this card from my hand to the graveyard to inflict 1,000 damage to my opponent. But I don't think I want to use that, because I think I'd rather just set it. So maybe I can go into Sirocco with it. But I also have this. Oh yeah, no, I don't need to activate it just yet. I'm just gonna go ahead and set that. And then hopefully my opponent can't beat over it. It has a decent amount of defense. Well. Oh well. Should I? No, I won't. I'm just gonna attack the one that can actually just be destroyed by battle, because getting rid of a monster is better than inflicting a bunch of damage. Unless you could get game, but I couldn't, so might as well go for the one that could actually be destroyed by battle. And then that's a tuner, but I don't believe I have a level 10 guy. Yeah, I actually do have a level 10 guy. Oh, the full on master. I'm definitely going for that. Maybe I should have went for that one before I attacked. I still want him getting gone game though, so oh yeah, it doesn't matter. I might as well just take control of it. Oh. I'm just gonna end. I might as well just destroy it. Dang it, getting right back. Going for a synchro summon? Looks like it. Stardust Charge Warrior. Wow. I can just take control of the Stardust Charge Warrior now. Probably shouldn't have activated the effect to... Wait, no. Oh, wait, no. It says you can, so he didn't have to activate that effect. I feel like he shouldn't have, because I don't think the card was worth it. I might as well activate this effect to take control of the Charge Warrior. And it can attack all special summon monsters your opponent controls once each, which means it can attack both of the Doppel tokens in one fell swoop. So I might as well go for the Blackwing Strafe now to get rid of the Speed Warrior. And I might as well attack with this one first, since this one can just attack both of the tokens. Nice. Okay, yeah. I mean, I feel like a lot of people kind of underestimate that full-on master. I feel like that's a really good card because it's also unaffected by everything too. Anyway, moving on to chain activatings. Okay. During a duel, when you respond to a player's cards, and when multiple cards are used, the effects will resolve in what is called chain. Effects that activate as part of a chain will go in a certain order, depending on multiple factors, such as the status of the card. It is important to learn how chains work so you can activate and resolve multi-card combos the way you want them to, and also so that you can block your opponent from being able to negate your most important cards. Which is like something that you see like me trying to do at times, like just like even though I don't really have to, it's good to like show you like how like to best do it. And it's just something that I want to get in the habit in, so that when it does matter, I'm making sure I'm activating the effects in the right way. Because sometimes a single negate can be really bad for you if they negated the key combo piece that you could have just chained, like activated before another card, like in order to make it so that they didn't negate that key combo piece. Because even just a simple one negate can change the course of a duel if it's on the right card. So if you can make it so it doesn't happen, it's better to do it like that. And also, there's also a deck called Chain. There's also a card called Chain Strike, and there's a whole like burn strategy that's like built around chaining cards together. There's even like and those like cards consist of like when this is activated as Chain Link blank, you can like have a really powerful effect, or like Chain Burn like inflicts 800 damage times whatever chain number it is. So that's a kind of a cool deck archetype. I guess it's not really an archetype, but it's still it kind of is in a way. How a chain is built. Chains are built from cards being activated in response to other cards. Spell speed is an important aspect to understand how chains work. When multiple cards with the same spell speed are activated, they will be chained in this order. Example 1. Chain 1 mandatory effects, Chain 2 optional effects. Example 2. Chain 1 card effects of face-up cards on the field or in the graveyard, etc. Chain 2 card effects of face-down cards from the hand or set cards, etc. Okay, so now I'm playing a pendulum deck, which again, I probably the archetype I do I play worse because like pendulums are kind of confusing in my eyes. Card effects are more than just the normal spells and monster ignition effects that you activate during the main phase of your turn. There are many cards whose effects you can activate once the conditions have been fulfilled. When there are multiple cards whose activation conditions have been fulfilled and all of them are activated, they will build a chain before they are resolved. Let's take a look at how chains are built. First, activate Star Pendulum Graph. Yeah, there's just a lot of searching with Pendulum. Next, normal summon Double Iris Magician. Your opponent will activate Trap Hole upon your successful summon. When Double Iris Magician is destroyed by the effect of Trap Hole, many of your cards will have their activation conditions fulfilled, and you will be able to build a chain. Pay close attention to the order in which your chain is built. And there's usually a lot of different ways to go with Pendulum, with a lot of Pendulum decks. Which kind of makes like the searching even more confusing. Like I'm usually okay with searching if like there's only like one thing that you usually search, but like there's a lot of different paths you can go in like different situations, I feel. I don't know, that's just me though. So because I destroyed the Double Iris Magician, how did I destroy that? Oh, because my opponent destroyed it, now I can summon the Chronograph Sorcerer. And the Chronograph Sorcerer, I think this is it. Yeah, the Chronograph Sorcerer also special summons a card from my hand. And then on top of that... Wait, what? Oh, I think the Double Iris Magician adds a Pendulum Graph card. And now... the Star Pendulum Graph adds a monster. Because my Double Iris Magician was destroyed by a card effect. So now I'm setting the Time Pendulum Graph. But why is this chain important? First, when the conditions to activate Star Pendulum Graph were fulfilled, it became Chain Link 1. This is because once its conditions are met, activating it is mandatory. Yeah, I think you need to always activate mandatory effects first before being able to activate optional effects. When Double Iris Magician was destroyed by Trap Hole and sent to the extra deck face up, its activation conditions were fulfilled. However, activating it is not mandatory. That's when the player chose to activate it. It became Chain Link 2. Yeah, see, mandatory effects have to happen first. And finally, although if you have multiple mandatory effects, you can still set what chain links there are for all of those mandatory effects first. So basically, if you have 2 mandatory effects and an optional effects, you have to have the optional effect as Chain Link 3, but you can set which of the mandatory effects is Chain Link 1 and which of them is Chain Link 2, which is still kind of cool. And finally, the last card to activate from the hand, Chronograph Sorcerer, became Chain Link 3. Pay heed to how chains are built as battle way to victory. And also another thing is, you kind of have to go in like a backwards order. You always, like, you want to activate the thing that's like least important. I mean, that's most important first before chaining to it with another effect. Because it goes in reverse order. And so your opponent will actually be able to negate the thing that was activated last. So that's kind of in reverse order. Also, if like you're like if like one card's like adding a specific card and another card is just drawing you cards, you might want to activate like and you're trying to like chain link with them. You probably want to go with the one that like adds a specific card first, because then you can like because then when you get the random draws, you definitely won't be, or no, you want to do the draw one first, because then when you get the random draws, you won't be drawing into the card that you searched. Like if the card that you searched was like yeah, no, because usually you're searching for like a very specific card, if that makes sense. Because like you could, like, especially if you're only playing that specific card at like 1 or 2, like, and if you get like a draw 2, you might like draw into both, like one or both copies of it, and then you may not have anything to search with that other one if you do the draw first. And also you're more likely to draw into hand traps that way. Anyway, this one allows me a fusion summon. This one's pretty good. It has an effect that allows me to destroy something whenever it's destroyed by battle card effect. And now I can go for this. I don't have to use polymerization. That's pretty good. Yeah, I'll go for this one, I guess. Actually, is it worth it? I don't think it is. No, I'm not gonna go for it. I might as well activate this because this allows me to get another pendulum card. Maybe I should get this one since this allows me to add two cards. I'll give up my fusion card for it, because I can just contact fuse that guy anyway. So now I can get 2 cards now, which is pretty nice. Maybe I should make sure the scales are good. See, now I gotta think about like how I want to do this. I could go for this one since it's a tuner. Do I have any other tuners? I have this one. Do I have any other level 7s though? What levels do I have? I do have this as a level 7. Maybe I should go for a level 7 play. Although no, actually, okay, so I should probably look for a level 4 dark. Magician pendulum monsters. Ooh, that's fine then. I'm gonna go with that one, and I don't know. Yeah, and this one. And now I can go for a pendulum summon. I can special summon both of these, and then I can go for a rank 4 exceed. And I think after this, I'll go ahead and stop and do my remaining stuff. So something's getting negated here. Wait, what is he negating? Oh, you can special summon 1 magician pendulum monster from your deck in defense position. That's actually kind of cool. Oh, so I do have a sinker I could go into, which I don't need to go into that. I think I will go into this one. That's actually not bad. Yeah, I'll go for this. What else can I go into? Oh, that? No, not yet. Although I could steal the Exceed Monster's effect. Oh wait, no I can't. It calls for specifically 2 Dark Pendulums. No, I'm not going to. I'll just go for it later. Ooh, wow. This is just on my first turn. Oh, I can give it... Oh, you know what? I think I already won. Yeah, look. Wow, I OTK'd my opponent. That's just crazy. Wow. My opponent barely even got a chance. It's nice. Tremendous fire. Yep, see that's I got. This isn't too bad. It has a pretty nice burn effect. Again, it's a rare though, so you can easily craft it yourself. But like at least like getting these means that like you don't have to craft these specific cards. So I guess it does save you a little bit of CP if you like plan to use any of these. And of course the main is kind of nice. So yeah, I'll go ahead and let's see. It might take me a little while to actually finish up these duels here. But yeah, I gotta stop for now. I don't want to chance it. And plus, I want to do a Bible verse anyway. So I'll go ahead and do another Bible verse here. Oh boy. Wait. Bible. Wait, so that's not it? This is not it. I don't think it's actually showing me. Bible verse of the day, U version. Why is it? Can't be Genesis. It's saying Genesis 1, but that doesn't seem right. I'm just gonna go to the other website. Say I think it's kind of screwing up. Say, actually, I can check it on my phone. I'll check on my phone because I also have the app on my phone for U version. But I don't think that's it. Because I don't think they would have the whole of Genesis 1 as a verse of the day. Yeah. Let's see here. Hold on, take a second. Come on. Come on, hurry up. Okay, good. It's loading. Okay, there it is. Yeah, it's... Did I already go over this verse? 1 John 4:11? Not sure. What does verse of the day say? I know I definitely didn't go over this one, so I'll just do this one. So today's verse will be, I desire to do your will, oh my God. Your law is within my heart. And that comes from Psalm 48. And on this site, which is literally just verseoftheday.com, I don't know if there's an app for this one or not. Somebody can feel free to let me know. On this one though, they don't actually say what version it came from, like if it came from New International Version, ELT, or King James Version, etc. But that's fine. That's fine. Anyway, I feel like what this verse is saying is that like it's pretty straightforward. I desire to do your will. Your law is within my heart. The author of this verse, like whoever wrote this verse, which is like many different like authors within the Bible, basically this person like is making sure that um that he understands the law both inside and out, like inside by like memorizing the scripture and like really taking a deep understanding of it, and out by acting upon it, which is what he's saying here, desiring to do his will, like desiring to like show it off to other people, like by doing good deeds, or maybe by doing like missions, like going to different towns, or like maybe even just doing simple things like tithing. There's definitely lots of ways you can actually like prove, like you can also like live by this example by both inside and out. There's a lot of different ways you can like do inside. Well, there's really there's a few ways of like making sure that you like have a deep understanding of it. You can like worship him, like that kind of like that like helps you to like be able to like remember him. Also you can like memorize scripture, and also simply doing deeds is like a way to like help you to like remember and focus on God internally. Just doing things externally is also another good way. So like these kind of like help complement each other even too. So yeah, and then like out you can like serve him by like yeah, like some of the ways I said, like there's also like giving to charities, even that's not directly tied to church, because like it can like as long, but like it's more, I feel like it probably means more to be giving to charities that are more closely tied to a church, just to make sure you're giving to a good charity. Although like I think it's perfectly reasonable to give to a charity that's not necessarily as valued, as long as it like is not like a really like lustful charity, or like a charity driven by sin. Like there are some charities that like are just not good to give to. Like if you're giving to a charity that promotes alcoholism, like I'm not sure if they even have a charity like that, but I'm just giving an example. Like maybe something like that isn't as good, but like something that's like is trying to like help cure cancer or something like that, um it could be like maybe even seen as like fine, maybe biblical, as long as you're like putting like a balance between like that kind of charity and charity that are more closely tied within like spiritualism, if that makes sense. But anyway, if anyone wants to let me know how they're trying to like spread God's will, they like either internally or externally or both, if you like to share an example or two from each, that's fine. But a few examples for me would be I try to read the Bible every day. Well, I don't really read it every day, but I try to read it. I do like try to read it. I am trying like going to at some point try. I'm really determined to try to find a good Bible in year plan at some point. I've been like continuously putting them off though, like, which I know isn't great, but I'm really I'm gonna try to eventually like sometimes it can get kind of difficult. Also, and then, but I'm also like simply going to church, try to like help like to understand what the sermons are saying. And also like not like even just like not like watching like R-rated movies, I think is like a good step as well. Like maybe that's not directly tied to like spirit, like doing something spiritually, but like I feel like it helps me like not sin as much, which is also like a pretty good thing. Like doing things that are gonna help you not sin as much, I think is another good way. Like because it kind of like kind of gets you to be a better spiritual person in more of like a indirect way is what the word is. And then like externally, like I'm doing like I'm like this Bible verse discussion is a really good practice in and of itself. So you're seeing it right here. But like if occasionally I try to pray for people as well. I like there's like usually like prayer groups within the small groups, and I go to that, so I have those. Anyway, so yeah, if you would like to like talk about something besides the Bible verse here though, like you can feel free to let me know what you think about the gameplay, or you can feel free to let me know which card was your favorite from the pack opening that's coming up. Or you could let me know which deck was your favorite out of the 3 prac duels I did say. As a reminder, a few of the decks that I can remember were that Synchron deck, the Blackwing deck, and and then that Pendulum deck were my 3, and then some of my opponent's decks were Morphtronics. What else? I kind of forget, but you can like if you'd like to, you can always like point out what the decks were that were featured. Anyway, I better go for the pack opening. Also, please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that notification bell. And I figured out how to do personalized notifications. It's really easy. Just click the bell, and then it'll say all personalized or none. Unfortunately, you can't personalize it like that much. You can literally just say personalized, and it'll give you the based on the games that you watch the most. But unfortunately, if you only watch some of my specific Masters, like it won't know to show you the like Let's Plays versus the like loner deck battle series, stuff like that. So it's not perfect, but it's still not bad. It's better than being notified of both the Master videos and the SpongeBob videos if you don't want to be notified about both of those games. Okay, I gotta go real quick through this, because I'm really running out of time. So here's the cards. I got a Nightmare Penguin. That's pretty cool. Ooh, Perry. Ooh, I got a holo, that insect guy. So my favorite, I guess I'll say Cross Debug. It's kind of cool. It's got a nifty, special summon to it. So like, it's not that bad, but also Perry Knight is kind of cool. Because it allows you to special summon it out itself and another monster. So it can be like a 2-for-1 sort of thing. Yeah. Bye, everyone.